mission to advance technological education in India, NIT Warangal, with 248 acres of green and clean campus, holds a rich history and a vibrant present.
A very good morning to all of you. Today is open house. NIT Warangal organizing an open house for all the JEE aspirants. So, in this regard, we have also set up a live streaming for all the JEE aspirants. So now I request our Director, Professor Vijayadhar Subudhi sir, and Chairman Admissions, Professor N.V. Umamahesh, and Dean Academic, Professor S. Sarath Babu Garu, to occupy the dais. Now I request all of you for raise for the national song. Thank you. So, good morning everyone. Respected Director, Professor Vijayadhar Subudhi, the Chairman Admissions, Professor N.V. Umamahesh, and the Dean Academic Affairs, Professor A. Sarath Babu, and the faculty members, the deans of the institute, and the JEE aspirants, and the family members. We welcome to you all for this institute, and we welcome you all for this open house at the National Institute of Technology, Warangal, one of the premier institutes in the country. A special welcome to all the JEE aspirants and your families. We are truly delighted to have you with you today. The open house is organized to give you a closer look into what NIT Warangal stands for: excellence in education, cutting edge in research, vibrant student life, legacy of producing leaders and innovators across the globe. We understand that choosing the right institutions is a significant decision in student life, and we hope today this interaction will help you the experience the academic culture, infrastructure, and opportunities that waits you here. During this course of this program, we will have a chance to interact with you, your faculty members, and explore the departmental labs and hear you from the current students about the life of the campus. We encourage you to ask the questions, engage openly, and make the most of the visit. Okay. Once again, I welcome you all, NIT Warangal, and today be both informative and inspiring as you take the next steps towards a bright future. Thank you. And now I request our director, Professor Vijayadhar Subudhi sir, to present about the NIT Warangal. Engage openly and make the most of the visit. Once again, I welcome you all, NIT Warangal. Sir. Sir, I request Professor Vijayadhar Subudhi sir to present about NIT Warangal.
Thank you, Professor Ravichandran, and my colleagues, Professor Sarath Babu, the Dean Academy, and Professor Uma Mahesh, the Chairman Admission Committee, and Dean's Head of the Departments. On behalf of entire NIT Warangal fraternity, I have the pleasure of welcoming you all to this hall and to know about the prospect, know about the opportunity to plan your children's career at NIT Warangal. To make it more concise and more understandable, I will be giving a short presentation for benefit of the aspirants, JEE aspirants. So the presentation goes by follows. So first of all, my heartiest congratulations to all the students and their proud parents for securing very, very enriching ranks in the JEE Main 2025. And so far as this institute is concerned, this is an institute of national importance. It has taken birth as a regional engineering college 66 years ago, that is called REC Warangal, and the foundation stone of this institute was laid by the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in 10th October 1959. And then the government decided to convert it to National Institute of Technology in the year 2002. And by the Act of Parliament in 2007, this institute has been converted to, or has been recognized since then as the Institute of National Importance. The meaning of national importance means a system of institute which has the freedom to design its own curriculum, to teach the way it feel that the student will be made ready for industry and more competent than taking any other approval from AICT or UGC. And the institute is in a bracket of the leading institute of the country like IITs, NITs, and IIITs. They are considered to be the institute of national importance. And one of the indicators of the institute, kind of reputation and merit is a ranking framework by the Government of India called National Institutional Ranking Framework. Engineering, management, and other categories. And in engineering, NIT Warangal has been placed at 21st position for the last consecutive years. And I believe this institute deserves to be placed in the top 10 ranks in future. And so far as the international ranking is concerned, one of the very, very popular ranking in international ranking framework is Time Higher Education ranking, in which in Asian category we are placed in the bracket of 351 to 400, and in the world ranking in the bracket of 1000 to 1200, and I believe we can be doing much more here in the years to come. And this institute is governed by the Government of India through the Ministry of Education. And like the IITs, we have a council called NIT Council, and the chairman of the council is the Honorable Education Minister, and the members are the director of these NITs. There are 31 NITs, and accomplished personalities, distinguished scientists nominated by the visitor, that is the President of, Honorable President of India. And our visitor is Honorable President of India. And we have primarily 4 statutory bodies who are the policy makers, who are the decision makers in all fronts. One is the Board of Governors and Finance Committee, Building and Works Committee, and our Senate, which is very, very powerful in terms of the academic rigor and all academic regulations and the curricula of the programs, academic program. And the Senate is comprised of the directors and all the professors of the institute, and some external professors are the external members, and the registrar, the secretary of the Senate. And so far as the NIT Warangal, the numbers are concerned, we are today having 14 departments, academic departments, namely biotechnology, civil, chemical, computer science, computational data science, and chemistry, humanities and social science, electrical engineering, electronics and communication engineering, mathematics, mechanical engineering, metallurgy and materials engineering, management studies, and physics. And we have currently 420 faculty sanction posts, because it is worth mentioning here, like NITs have a student faculty ratio is 12:1, and therefore we expect sooner or later it would be 600 plus faculty for us, and there are around 550 to supporting staffs and officers, and we have close to 8,000 students here in the campus. Around 600 foreign students from 40 countries, and primarily 1,200 PhD students are pursuing their research here. And we have, as I mentioned, the academic programs. BTech program is 4 years, and we have 11 such programs. And recently we have also added an undergraduate program called BSBD. It is for training the teachers to teach in the school levels. And also we have master degree program called MTech, that is 2-year duration. We have such program 26. And the integrated MSc is 5 years program. Integrated means it is BSc and MSc integrated together, and it is 5 years program, and we have 3 such program. And we have MSc, which is 2 years program. We have 3 such programs. MCA is Master of Computer Application, is a 3 years program. We have a MBA, that is in the Department of Management Studies. We have a MSc Tech in Department of Physics, and PhD in almost all STEM areas. And so far as the BTech is concerned, the JEE men, all the the students who are aspirant here, the merit is through JEE men, and the counseling is through JOSAA. And for MTech is GATE, and the counseling medium is CCMT, and similarly others. And we have the avenues for the foreign student to join us through Study India program, through DASHA, and through ICCR scheme. And as I said that our 14 departments, the distribution of the BTech and MTechs are as follows. Biotechnology, we have a BTech Biotechnology, and Computational Data Science, we have a BTech Math and Computing. Civil Engineering, we have a BTech of Civil Engineering 110, and Chemical 98. And Chemical, this year we are starting a new program called BTech MTech Dual Degree Program. The meaning is, here the student studies 5 years, get 2 degrees, both BTech and MTech. So therefore, during the 7th, 8th semester and 9th, 10th semester, some compact BTech MTech program, syllabi and curricula are rightly designed, so that the student benefits in earning 2 degrees instead of 6 years within 5 years. And we have a AI and data science, and we have a computer science and engineering BTech is 60 and 135 in the Department of Computer Science, along with the MTech programs. In electrical engineering department, we have a BTech program in electrical and electronics, 135 seats, electronics and communication, 100 seats, and VLSI, 40 seats. And in mechanical engineering, we have a BTech of 130 seats, metallurgical and materials engineering BTech in metallurgy and materials department with 60 seats. And this year we are also opening a new program called BTech MTech Dual Degree Program of 5-year duration in metallurgical and materials engineering. And we have this year opened a new interdisciplinary center called the Center for Manufacturing and Materials, where MTech program will be running from the current July session. And we have several, like MSc, integrated MSc programs. And as I mentioned earlier, the more focus is the integrated MSc, which is through the JEE main, like the BTech. And they are running in 3 departments: chemistry, CUI stands for chemistry, and MA for mathematics, and we have physics. So each 20 seats. And so far as our academics concerned, as I mentioned, this institute of national importance, so we have to not wait for others' approval. Our Senate is empowered to take its decision what best the institute can do for its students, and to make them ready for industry, to make them ready for higher education, to make them ready for public sectors and many other avenues. And as a matter of fact, our Senate is very much conscious how to tailor the programs depending upon the need and how to facilitate the students. And in the recent past, we opened several new academic programs. One is BTech AI and Data Science, BTech VLSI, and BTech Math and Computing. And our curriculum of each program is updated regularly, keeping in view of that what our students should be equipped, what the industry needs, what their higher education university in the US or UK or Canada they need, and how to equip them for the industry requirements. And also our regulations compared to the yesterday years has been much simplified to make it student friendly. And the mentoring system is now more emphasized than ever before. The meaning is every student has to be mentored by a faculty for the 4 years of his stay in the campus. So the student is to tell all the difficulties, including his leaving to home to meet the parents and all sort of activities, so that at the right moment, right kind of information will be passed to the mentor. And during the course registration, semester registration, if there is a distress, everything the mentor can handle, and if it is beyond his control, so can we handle at the higher ups. And we have now planned a very, very pragmatic industry visit for our students. And needless to say that we have our exclusive institute transport with AC bus available to take them to the industry to see what is happening in the industry that they are studying in the class. And also in each semester, we introduce a design thinking and tinkering lab so that the student has the creativity to bring out something tangible, applying the skill that they are learning in the class. And they are encouraged to develop the products, and I'm quite glad that our BTech students in the first year itself have filed patents and they are granted. And we have, unlike most of the places, NIT Warangal is a forerunner in designing courses for the best possible benefit of the students. We have opened an avenue called fractal courses to give the opportunity of the foreign visitors, foreign professors coming to our institute, and to offer a course of fractal credit so that the student can be able to attend the class of the foreign professor while staying a short duration in the campus. We have seminar technical writing, summer internship program, and engineering projects that is called EPIC for community service. We have inbuilt in our curriculum of each BTech program, along with some mandatory courses that is for the human values. And now we have carefully designed our curriculum in a way that instead of burdening the student to attend more number of courses, and instead of burdening the faculty to teach more number of courses, to run the courses which are truly benefit to them. So earlier we have some 6 to 7 theory, 2 to 3 labs. Now we have carefully put all of them in 5 theory and 2 labs in each semester, so that the more rigor will be there and the student academic pressure will not be more. And we have also made a flexible option for choosing the professional elective. P stands for professional elective and O for the open elective. So along with the core courses of the particular branch, the student has the opportunity to study something from the other branches through open electives, and some areas of his choice, that is through the professional electives. And we have 2 provisions, that is a minor degree and honors degree. Minor degree is one can take some additional courses. One student can take some additional courses, and on another degree, that is a minor degree. For example, a student can get a degree BTech electrical engineering and a minor degree in computer science, taking some additional courses. And also the student has the option of taking some more number of courses and can earn an honors degree. As I mentioned, that we have also opened the avenue for combining BTech and MTech through BTech and Tech dual degree program. So our purpose here more from this year onwards to connect the industry to create the enthusiasm in the minds of the BTech students through the R&D clubs, so that they can visit the industry, they can find their own problem for the BTech projects, they can seek the summer internship or the work-related summer internship programs, and our large population of BTech students are very much able to get the offers through summer internship participation. And so far as the training and placement is concerned, we have a cell called Center for Career Planning and Development, that is basically the training and placement. And we have a head, a professor assigned the responsibility, supported by a few other professors, and there is a placement officers. And what they do, they monitor, they help the students to make them ready for through pre-placement discussions, through training programs, through like effective communication skills, apart from organizing their industry visit and internship programs. And if I go by the figures, the numbers this year, we have around 79.3% placement for the BTech program, and we have 1,225 offers, and the highest package by a company called JOSAA, electronics student, got it with 64.3 lakhs, and the median salary is 12 lakhs, and average salary is roughly 14.53. And if I go by the numbers, the previous year it was 88 lakhs the highest package, and average package is 15.6. So we are more or less running in the same pace. And if I compare the number of companies that visited us in the last 3 years, so this year 305 companies compared to these are 290 companies already visited, and so I believe this number will go up compared to the 305 numbers in 2024. And 2023 we accepted the the invitation of 275 companies visiting us, and the placement percentage is like around 80% over the years. And if I go by the academic and research collaboration of this institute, as I mentioned, NIT Warangal is the oldest NIT, and is one of the very well-received NIT across the country and beyond. So we have the opportunity to collaborate with many national institutes and international organizations. And we have joint programs with IM Visakhapatnam, that students staying here in BTech program can earn a PG diploma in management also through online participation. And if also they want to join in an industry and convert it to MBA, that opportunity is also there. And we have the industry relevant certification programs, industry specific training programs, and we have signed MOU with almost all IITs, where the provision is that our student during the 8th semester can spend in IIT Hyderabad, IIT Jammu, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, and the credit can be transferred from there to our campus, and the student can earn a degree with a joint learning opportunity from NIT and IITs. And we have also recently signed MOU with many of the foreign universities, and to mention the recent development, 2 of the university abroad, we have signed MOU for joint programs. And our programs are basically learner-centric policies we have devised, like actually many times the young minds may vulnerable for some stress and all that. So we created a center called Center for Mental Health and Wellness, and this center enables the student to make their life very comfortable, to identify their stress, to give them a support, and how to make them healthy, not only in physical sense but also in the mental sense as well. And I'm glad to mention that NIT Warangal is one of the few organizations which had the opportunity to sign the Memorandum of Understanding with Heartfulness organization, that is Kanha Meditation Center in Hyderabad. And our student and faculty alike, they visit to this meditation center and do a lot of new skills, how to reduce the stress, how to have more happiness in life while studying with a stress-free environment. And we have also opportunities to help the disabled students, like we have ramps, we have lifts and separate toilets, and we have the fee waiver schemes for socially, economically, the kind of students, and we have the remedial measures for the slow learners, and experiential learning through EPIC. A student can take a real life example problem and can design a project. And needless to say here that we inculcate a strong discipline in the campus, while our purpose is not to penalize any student for anything, but as a like a conscious guardian at the conscious institute, we train our students to be more disciplined in all fronts. As a matter of fact, we have a disciplinary committee who takes care of any mischievous activity any student is doing and how to reform it. So once we find somebody is not doing well, so obviously punishment is there, but they are not punished without being hard. So there is a student grievance cell. So student grievance is already taken care of in all fronts. And we have, as I mentioned, that we have a strong industry connect. Like we have started recruiting the industry personnel, industry engineers, to co-teach some of the courses along with our professors to give a industry flavor. And we have a mechanism called Professor of Practice Engagement. So the industry engineers are also being inducted to the system to share their industry experience for the benefit of the student. And we have also collaboration with industries and government agencies, and we have industry advisory boards, and we have industry participation in our curriculum design, and we have the incubation and innovation and startup where a lot of BTech students are also participating. So this is the clear photograph of some of the hostels that our students are staying. Like the first one in the front, the first row is a very, very big hostel called Ramappa Hostel, which is popularly known as 1.K. That means 1,800 rooms are there, and close to 2,000 students are staying there. It's one of the biggest hostel among all NITs, if I can say correctly. And then we have a hostel where there are 1,050 rooms are there. So it is for the boys, named as Kakotia Hall of Residence. And there is an international student hall of residence called JOSAA Hall, more popular in the campus, and where the each room is attached with a washroom facility. And we have separate ladies hostels. I'm glad to mention here that in view of resolving the accommodation difficulty of the girl student, we have started constructing a 304 seat ladies hostel in the recent past, and we are in the process of adding another 560 seater ladies hostel very soon. And these are some of our major infrastructure. Like we have a very, very state of the art buildings for chemical and biotechnology, metallurgy, physics and chemistry. And we have a center for innovation and incubation where every student get a chance to showcase his creativity in terms of a product through a startup or through incubation. And we have a central library which has its digital library facility with all NPTEL and all these digital books, e-books, and a lot of opportunities to study in the lab without being disturbed. And we have a center for teaching and learning where the lecture by the faculty members are recorded through videos, and they are used subsequently by the students. And the hall where we are sitting at the right of it called LC. And we have some of the facilities for the benefit of students. One is we have a very good health center, and we have a guest house. We have not only one guest house, we have 3 guest houses, and also we have a provision for parents. They can, while dropping their children, they can have a short stay in the guest house for their comfort. And we have a campus post office. We have 2 ATMs this side of the campus, and we have one bus already available. Another bus is the procurement process. So 52-seater AC bus to take the students to industries and for any academic visit. And we have 3 electric vehicles, of course donated by our alumni from Hitachi, that help the student to commute in the campus. And we have some vehicles for institute experts and guests. And we have estate office which takes care of the maintenance of the hostels, maintenance of the institute infrastructure. And a glimpse on the sports facility. NIT Warangal is one of the best institutes where the physical education, particularly sports, has given more importance than any other place I have seen. So the sports facility is extended to our student in terms of gymnasium for the fitness and yoga and meditation and the indoor complex, and we have the outdoor also like cricket, basketball, volleyball, many things are being given for the benefit of the students. And as I said that we have a lot of seminar hall complex and library complex available for the benefit of the students. We have high-end equipments for pursuing the research by the student, because a BTech student also pursues a research thesis, a research project. So the quality of the equipment that is necessary to pursue, to expose our student is very important. And we are not only focusing the PhD student research, we are also focusing the research by the BTech student. We have lot of high-end equipment and facilities available, and we have a center called Center for Research Instrumentation Facility, and we have an iSTEM facility where lot of equipment we also extend the support to nearby institutes. These are a glimpse of some of the high-end equipments like 3D printing machine, laser machine, and OER additive manufacturing. We have a lot of high-end equipment for the benefit of student research. And apart from that, there are 10 research centers in all upcoming areas of research. Like we have virtual reality, digital manufacturing, resilient infrastructure, hydrogen, and then we have glass science, AI/ML, and Krishna River Basin studies, drone and autonomous vehicle, e-mobility, smart grid, and we have batteries. So we are funded with several, from several funding agencies to pursue our research. This is one of the very interesting digital manufacturing automation center, which has been established with support from Siemens, which has 13 labs, and all these labs are, the equipment are world-class equipments, and these equipment can be used by MTech, PhD thesis, and for the BTech student. So lot of outside students, like those who are the nearby engineering colleges, they come for the summer internship, they learn the techniques, they draw the programming, they learn the programming skills, they learn about the PLC, automation, and robotics. So I believe that this is a golden opportunity for the BTech student to learn the manufacturing skill, automation skill, which is the, the country is one of the mandate today for the manufacturing industry, particularly the drone and the AI machine learning. Now, the student, we have a innovation incubation startup and research park where the young brains have their ideas translated to a product through, and then the product, the innovation comes to a incubation, then finally a startup. We have not only the faculty giving the opportunity for startup, we have opportunity for the student to go for the startup. And we have a Section 8 company for the startup together, and where the lot of entrepreneur skill and the capacity building skill is being imparted for taking up the startup activities. And we have a lot of international collaboration, and two of them are worth mentioning here. We have a Indo-Canada tie-up where we have some joint programs, and we have a European Union Heritage Network where the student has the opportunity to visit the European countries under this international collaboration. A lot of international collaborations starting from anyway Singapore, the Texas A&M University, US, and we have Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, and a lot of MOU signed, and we pursue some collaborative research, and professor from that university come to our place. Our professor also go to those universities, and student exchange program are happening, and also more so because we are participating in the Indo-Canada partnership, the BTech student get an opportunity for their internship through mid-caste program. So that is a very interesting internship program. As I mentioned, we have signed the MOU with a lot of IITs so that the student can pursue the 8th semester there, and they can have the opportunity to learn from both the institutes. And these are some of the research areas where our faculty members and departments are focusing. I believe under their leadership of the department faculty and the PhD student and MTech student, BTech student will be pursuing a research in some of these areas which are very, very upcoming and very current areas of research of relevance. And needless to say that this institute proudly mentions that we have 42,000 accomplished alumni, and they are today working in different sectors from the different parts of the country and different parts of the globe. And many of them are so highly accomplished. They have their own companies, or they are serving in a big public sector company with a high rank, or they are contributing the space through NASA, or they are serving through many of the foreign prestigious universities. And to honor their accomplishment, every year we award Distinguished Alumnus Award for their contribution. And it is worth mentioning, one of our recent awards is the Lifetime Achievement Award we have given away to Dr. V.A. Sastry, who is a 64 batch BTech Electrical Engineering, who generously contributed 1.5 crore to establish a kind of innovation system in the institute. And in the bottom figure you could see one of our alumni called Mr. Bhenu, who is in Hitachi. Through his initiative, we have been fortunate to facilitate our student through electric vehicles. Not only the student get a benefit, but also the campus becomes sustainable, no pollute, because we are primarily not allowing the auto rickshaws to come to the campus. The purpose is the auto rickshaw more pollute in the campus. What we suggest that any parent, any student, they can come up to the gate, and the 13-seater vehicles will be immediately provided to take them to their hostels or wherever they want to go. And the bottom figure you could see our international alumni reunions are very much proactive, and every year we celebrate around 8 to 10 reunions of the alumni, because today's student, tomorrow's alumni, and there is a big connect with the institute in all fronts. Now I am happy that our alumni are very conscious about the institute growth through generous support, not only to the infrastructure growth of the academic activities, but also the comfortable stay of the student in the hostel. And one such mention is the solar water heaters for the ladies hostel contributed by the US chapter alumni, and auto rickshaws by Delhi chapter alumni, and also electric vehicle by Hitachi, one of our alumni has played a leading role on there, and design thinking and tinkering lab established with 1 crore contributed by a general support by Mr. Sudhakar 82 batch, and ambulance also supported by the alumni, and we have 2 ambulances, and we have also the innovation entrepreneurship kind of activity which is more taking momentum through the generous contribution of Dr. Sastry, one of the very, very well accomplished alumni. And every batch, after some reunion, after 20 years, 25 years or 50 years, they congregate in the campus, they celebrate their nostalgic feelings, they bring their spouses and children, and as a matter of token to furthering the institute growth, they contribute a huge amount of fund to the institute development. Worth mentioning is 97 batch has contributed 77.5 lakhs, followed by 95, 32.25 lakhs, and many other batches they contribute during the reunions for the infrastructure development, for the students, for the faculty, for the every activity the institute may dream in future. And our hostel administration is handled by the chief warden, supported by a set of wardens for their staying and for their food facility. And needless to mention that to make a campus more healthy, we do not allow the student to take the daily food outside to avoid the health hazards. Instead, what we do, we make it mandated. A student has to take food in the institute mess, food courts, and depending upon their choices, there are several food courts available. They are well managed by the students and monitored by the faculty in the campus, and very subsidized. You will be surprised to know, just paying 95 rupees or 120 rupees per day, The student get morning breakfast, lunch, afternoon snacks, and dinner, and one special dinner in the month. So very well organized by the students. And we have a student activity monitoring system, what we call the student welfare. And there is a specific dean for that. We call Dean Student Welfare. And he looks after the entire student welfare through and to promote the students' well-being. We have a student activity center where president of student activity center and vice president in technical society, cultural society, film and music and sports, and the student secretaries are also there. And we have different clubs where the students showcase their creativity and hobbies in terms of bringing the technology to hobby into passion. And we have a lot of faculty advisor and mentors for helping the student. Apart from that, every department has its own society where the student has the opportunity to showcase his professional skill in elocution, in case of poster competition, and many other avenues. We have several student clubs, starting from nature photography, science, literacy, debate and painting, animation, dance, and speak making, and robotics. And apart from that, there are many interesting clubs recently started called Bureau of Indian Standard Supported Club, where the student has the opportunity to learn about the standards for any product that the country is mandating. And also the international student activities are rightly monitored through the Center of International Relations. And we have the national service scheme called NSS, who the students are very proactive in this. They support in maintaining the campus clean and green, and they help the the city in making the city an awareness, how to make a plastic-free city, how to help the poor people, how to give them the support in terms of the social upbringing. And as I mentioned, the Center for Mental Health and Wellness is poised to extend all possible support to facilitate them for counseling them. And we have a special student counseling services available in case of any distress. Before the student becomes restless, we come to the rescue in solving the issues. Maybe it is academic, maybe it is social, maybe anything you talk about. And this is the some of the pictures that are captured during a recent visit of the faculty members to International Meditation Center called Kanha at Hyderabad, just to make them aware about the skill set they should have, so that they can help the student to have a quality life in terms of both physical and mental health. And as I mentioned, we have taken enough care towards facilitating in the health aspects. And today we have 4 doctors, very, very specialized doctors, starting from a senior medical officer, Madam Radha Rukmini, to Dr. Karthik, Dr. Doda, and Dr. Anchuri, who are all the time available from morning to 8 for the benefit of students. Apart from that, we invite around 11 specialists in different specializations like psychiatric, gynec, dermatologist, and pulmonary diseases, dentist, and pediatrician, and ophthalmic surgeons or doctors to the campus. And as I mentioned, we have 2 ambulances. In case of emergency, we use for the same, and we have the first aid available. Life-saving drugs are also available with biochemistry analyzer and blood mixture, and many other facilities which is immediately needed, like the test, like the pathological test, and the ECG machine. The bare minimum things are already available here. And doctors are here. I mentioned that 11 plus 4, around 15 doctors, and paramedical staffs, ambulances. And I'm glad that Warangal is a big city, which is a combination of 3 cities, Kazipet, Hanamkund, and Warangal. As a matter of fact, the city has the health opportunities in lot of hospitals. And we empanel a lot of hospitals, not only in Warangal, but also in Hyderabad, for the benefit of our students, some of them worth mentioning here. like Care Hyderabad and KIMS, Omega and Ajar, and a lot of hospitals are here. And mostly we dedicated our employment for one hospital at least in Warangal for the immediate benefit of the student, called Rohini Hospital. So that is well connected. And the glimpse of the campus life, we are not burdening the student only on academics. We also give them a chance to excel their cultural activities, their technical activities, through two big events in the campus called Spring Free, a cultural event where lot of celebrities are coming to the campus and students are able to showcase their talents, and students are also witnessing the talents of the professional singers and dancers. And while the Technozone is a big technical activity where our students showcase their technical competency through their models, through their product development skill, to listening to others, and a lot of student activities resulted in a lot of products. Like it is worth mentioning that our student recently won a Bajaj, the automobile award. Nationally it was conducted, and we have both NCC and NSS are here. The student can participate in all of them, and the vehicle you see that has been designed by our own students. And every year our students are organizing a E-Summit where they exhibit their skills on entrepreneurship. And we have the campus cleanness in place where the student through the NSS or without NSS, they participate in the Swachhata program along with the faculty and staff every month at least once. And we have biodegradable kind of biogas plants where we feed it to the food mess, and we replaced most of the lights, the kind of fluorescent lights, with LEDs so that it will be more sustainable. We have e-vehicles, and in some places we have installed occupancy sensor lighting to make it more sustainable. And for the benefit of the student, we have renovated the hostels recently, and we are in the process of renovating. Our campus is under process of renovation, although there are a lot of eateries in the campus available, like Domino Pizza, like Madras Filter Coffee, and many others. And we are our entire team is working to invite some chain eateries to the campus for the benefit of the student. Without going to the outside, they can have their food here in the campus. And we have now in the process of construction of a 2,500 seated open air amphitheater for the student activities. And campus food facility, as I mentioned, Domino Pizza, Madras Filter Coffee, and many more. And in the campus shortly we'll be establishing UV/UF drinking system because it is already started with 5 crore rupees. And we have a center for mental health and wellness, and we give all importance for improving the sports facility, and we create the cycle sets for parking of the cycle for the student, more ATMs, e-vehicles, bus facility for industry visits, internship for the students, both semester long internship going outside also, or pursuing a research credit in other IITs. We have a very, very organized student counseling system, student mentoring system, and we have the student activities in all front. We are giving importance. And to improve the quality of the student life in the campus, we are also mandating our admission process, every aspect, through digital governance. We have our own ERP system. Then having said all that, then why one should choose NIT Warangal? What is that many people are so curious to choose NIT Warangal? What is it? Actually, if you could see, it is a very, very clean and green campus. I believe I can assure you that we are one of the top institute who are very, very sensible, who are very conscious in keeping our campus clean and green and elegant. And our institute has a proven track record for the last 65 years of its existence, having took birth in 59. And we are maintaining a good rank in NRF framework in engineering, that is 21. And needless to say, our faculty selection process is very, very rigorous. And I believe that our faculty are even more superior in most of the leading institute of the country, because they come through a rigorous selection. And I believe that you will be surprised to know most of our faculty members on their PhD degree and bachelor and master degree from IITs or foreign universities. And we ensure academic rigor. So we do not compromise the academic standard. Maybe student as a while may feel I am getting a back paper or I am having a something, but we don't compromise with the academic rigor, because ultimately when a student gets a degree from NIT Warangal, that matters. So therefore we are quite conscious about it. And we have state-of-the-art laboratories for the student academic augmentation. And as I mentioned, we revise our curricula and regulation to make it really student friendly and to have a flexible choice for the student so that he can or she can have a better life ahead. Innovation and incubation is our buzzword in the campus, and not only the academic learning in the campus, not only we emphasize on the teaching in the campus, while teaching we also emphasize the learning through digital means, through innovation and incubation practice in the lab. So each semester we introduce one such course, and we treat student with respect and we show the empathy. We understand their difficulty, because every student is important to us, no matter you are poor, rich, which caste, which religion, doesn't matter in this campus. Once a student is admitted to this campus, he has only one identity, that is called NIT Warangal student. That's it. We don't differentiate with anyone. So that empathy we show. And we have extracurricular activities, lot of opportunity through Student Activity Center, a very good sports activity here, and fully residential campus, placement records always 80% above, and scope to study the final year in IITs and internship programs. So a lot of opportunities. So therefore the parents, I must congratulate that your student have done well, and being the proud parents, you have the right choice before, because NIT Warangal has already a very accomplished institute, and therefore the purpose of organizing this open house, I congratulate my colleagues here on the the floor itself, to make it to make you aware that what is happening here, what is the prospect of your student, how best your student can contribute when he graduates from here. So a clear picture I have given through this presentation, but it is not the end of it. My dean and the entire team are available here, so you please interact with them, and they will be happy to assist you in guiding to take a decision for the welfare of your student. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving the complete picture about NIT Warangal. Definitely all the faculty members and students will work hard and under your guidance and achieve higher heights. And now I request Chairman Admissions, Professor Uma Mahesh Garu, to speak about the prospects of NIT Warangal.
Our Director, Professor Vijada Subudhi, Dean Academic, Professor Sadbabu, the other deans present here, the other members of my admission committee, faculty, colleagues, and the aspirants of JEE aspirants and their parents, both who are participating both online as well as offline. At the outset, I welcome you to this open house and also congratulate all the JEE aspirants and their parents for reaching this stage, because where you got a good rank, and then you are now a critical junction where you have to choose where you are going to move. And this decision is very critical and crucial, because this is a decision which will make your future. The next 4 years are going to be very, very critical for you, for all the JEE aspirants, because there's a time when you are going to mature from a 17-year kid to an adult who is going to face the world. So the decision that you take is very, very important here. I think our Dean Academic will be actually explaining about the process, how you do the counseling in the JOSAA as well as when you this thing. But say, my only suggestion here would be the way you choose your, say, choice, where you want to join and which branch you want to join. These are two important aspects that you're going to decide. Okay, say in fact you have come here to this stage because of the hard work. And a lot of hard work. I think last few years you have been working very hard, sacrificing many things. Both your, even the parents also would have sacrificed many things for the sake of the children to come to this stage. So it's very important that you make a proper choice so that the hard work that you have done over the last few years will actually help you to move further and then achieve success in your career. Okay, our director has presented elaborately about our institute and the facilities that we have here. But okay, some of you may be joining this NIT Warangal, but depends upon your position, your rank and your choices. You may be joining different institutions. Most of the institutes like NIT Warangal or other NITs or IITs are all residential institutes. So they have, you will be, it's not just staying at home and going to say college and then or institute and studying. You are staying, this becomes your home. Whatever institute you choose is going to become your home, which will actually take you forward towards your life goal. So choosing the right institute is very, very important. It's not just the branch that you choose, it's also the institute that you're going to choose. Because that's where you're going to live for 4 years. And the type of exposure that you get here, I think is very important. So like what we have in NIT Warangal, you have a lot of facilities. Why these facilities? It's not just classroom teaching, because this 4 years are very crucial where you are going to learn and then say develop your personality. Till now, most of you, the students, are with the parents and under the umbrella of your parents. But now you're going out of your house and then you're coming to a place where you're going to mingle with the people. And most of these institutions, as you can see from NIT Warangal's say a profile that's given by our director, all these institutes are say having, in fact, you get a very good exposure because most of the NITs as well as IITs have students from across the country as well as other countries. So this is an opportunity for you to actually mix, interact with people and then get better exposure. So it's not important that what you learn in the class, but how you use the facilities or the infrastructure that is this thing which will help you to develop your personality. So this is what you need to think about when you make a choice about what institute you're going to join. And also the branch that you choose. Okay, you may have your own interest of the branches. Some of you try to move along with what others are doing because certain branches give you more lucrative jobs or this thing. But please remember, what you choose today is going to be very, very important, that whatever specialization you're doing, whatever branch you are choosing, you need to have a passion for that. So please look at what is your interest. Don't just go blindly by what others are saying, but maybe the children have to think, that students, aspirants have to think about what their interests are. Some of you may be interested in computer science, some of you may be interested in mechanical engineering, some of you may be interested in maybe biotechnology. So there are different special branches, and every branch has its own say advantage and maybe a disadvantage. So it's your passion. Whichever branch you choose, and depending upon the institute that you choose, when you have a passion for it, I think you definitely will succeed in your life. So that's what you need to think. So once you choose a branch which is later you are not interested in it, but you are forced to choose a branch and then you are not able to cope up with the pressure that you have, I think you will fail. So that's what you need to think about. So I suggest that parents also have to counsel their children and see that they choose the right branch and right this thing. So it's not possible that always, because depending on your in the competition, that you will always get the first choice of your interest. But when you give the choices, I think you need to think about your interest, your passion. So this is what I think is very important, because this 4 years that where you are going to live in a campus is very, very important. But this, and today, in fact, it's not, because world is becoming more of multidisciplinary nature. So it's, and in fact, till recently, people are looking for institutes which have very good placement record, like NIT Warangal has a very good placement record, because people think that once I join a BTech, as soon as I complete the BTech, I need to get a job and I'll settle. But I think today we are moving towards a situation where this kind of institutes like NITs, IITs, or the institutes of national importance have to provide people who will provide jobs but not seek jobs. Because entrepreneurship, startups, innovation, these are the buzzwords today, and I think you say maybe we'll try to train the students, so some of you may become entrepreneurs. Many of our alumni are entrepreneurs and they're providing jobs to others instead of seeking jobs. So I think this is kind of trend that's going on in this institute. So I think all of you have to, wherever you join, whichever institute you join, you need to train yourself so that you may try to, in future, become entrepreneurs and then try to provide jobs, or maybe use the facilities to become innovators, innovate something, because we, I think, in our curriculum we have started putting tinkering lab as well as this kind of design thinking, which will help the students to think innovatively and come out with new products or new designs. So once again, I congratulate all of you for having come to this stage. Whatever hard work that you have made these few years, please continue the same hard work and the persistence with which you worked for the last few years to reach this stage, the next 4 years, and that will definitely help you to reach your career goals and have an excellent career in your future. So wish you all the best and hope all of you will make a right choice and then join a right institute, a right branch, and you'll have a very successful career the next 4 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for making us to understand about the importance of the counseling, and definitely the parents and the students have to sit together and work out about the choice filling and all. Now I request our Dean Academic, Professor A. Sarath Babu Garu, to speak about the JOSAA counseling process.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. Professor Uma Mahesh, Professor of Civil Engineering and Chairman Admissions of NIT Warangal. My colleague deans, heads of the departments, faculty, and the student aspirants along with their family members. A very good morning to all of you. Unlike my predecessors, our director has given you a complete overview about our institute and its facilities, and similarly Professor Uma Mahesh also has told you what is involved while filling your choices. In fact, I'll not be going into specific details about our institute or any other institute. I would like to go through the process through which you will have to participate in JOSAA and some of the important aspects that you may have to take care. And I would like to encourage all of you, though we are speaking in English, maybe the parents or any other, if you have any questions, we encourage you to raise your questions either in English, Hindi or Telugu. Our teammates would like to answer some of your queries at the end of this session. Please feel free to talk to us. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the students. Based on their hard work, you might have secured a reasonably good rank, which will allow you to take admission into one of the IITs, NITs, or maybe other institutes. I congratulate all of you and probably all your parents. Now, if you look at this year's JOSAA counseling, about 23 IITs, in fact, all the IITs are going to participate in this JOSAA counseling, and all 31 NITs, triple ITs about 26, and we have a special institute, IIEST, Chippur, that is one, and others, government-funded technical institutes, about 47. In all, about 128 institutes are going to participate in this year's counseling process. And as you are aware, the requirements and the admission into IITs are slightly different from the admission into NITs and other institutes. In fact, we call this as NITs plus system, which includes NITs, IIITs, IIEST, and other government-funded technical institutes. And we have, this counseling is going to happen in two parts. First of all, we'll be starting with JOSAA, which runs for about 6 rounds, followed by CSAB to take care of unfilled vacancies in NITs as well as DASA, direct admission from students, for students from abroad. Now, if you look at the available seats in some of these institutes in this year, the first one, the first row shows the total number of seats available in IITs, which is about 18,160, inclusive of the supernumerary seats available for girls. And if you look at the second one, about 24,525 seats are available in NITs, 9,940 in IIITs, and about 10,228 in government-funded technical institutes. In all, so all of you are eligible to take admission to about 62,853 vacancies in some of these institutes. And they are also given category-wise. Open, I think all of you are aware of this terminology. General category, open, physically challenged persons, general EWS, general EWS PWD, SC, SC PWD, ST, ST PWD, OBC NCL, OBC NCL PWD, and female supernumerary. So it is necessary for us to maintain at least 18% seats reserved for girls. Suppose based on the last year's statistics, suppose if I have 100 seats available in a particular branch and only 10 girls have joined, so another 8 seats are reserved for as supernumerary seats for girl students. So altogether, this year we have about 3,310 seats reserved as supernumerary seats for girl students. Now, as I said, you need to go through this JOSAA, the website details, probably all of you must have already registered, and the last date for filling your choices happened to be 12th. Probably all of you are aware of this. The JOSAA counseling is going to happen for 6 rounds. In fact, the first 5 rounds you will be able to participate. The 6th round is exclusively meant for filling up the vacancies in IITs only. So the 6th round is special. So you will not be able to get admission into any one of the NITs, whereas there is a possibility in the first 5 rounds, based on your rank and choices, you can get a seat either in one of the IITs or maybe in one of these NITs, IIITs, or whatever. And after these 5 rounds, or after these 6 rounds, now we will be going with another set of counseling, which is called as CSAB. Please observe the details about the website. Now this year, there is a small change. The direct admission for students from abroad is also clubbed with the CSAB counseling. So the number of rounds from 2 have been increased to 3. Now remember, the CSAB counseling is meant for only NITs plus system. That is NITs, IIITs, IIEST, and GFTIs. Now these 3 special rounds, after the 6th round of JOSAA, now if you are interested to participate in this CSAB counseling, remember you are allowed to participate in this CSAB counseling for the vacant seats available. See, in the first 5 rounds, you are already, based on your choices, you might have been allotted with some seats in NITs or maybe IIITs or other institutes. In case if there are any vacancies, the vacancy position will be displayed before the start of the CSAB counseling. And if you are interested to look for those admissions in those vacant seats, then you are required to register once again. Remember, the registration in JOSAA has nothing to do with the registration in CSAB. These are completely different. Look at some of the vacant seats that are available at the end of 5 rounds. And if you are interested in taking admission into those vacant seats, then you need to register afresh into CSAB counseling. Now, there will be 3 special rounds of seat allocation organized by CSAB after the 5th JOSAA round. The vacant seats in NIT plus system will be displayed. So if you are interested in participating in the CSAB counseling, you are required to do a fresh registration. Please don't miss this. You might have been allotted a seat. which may not be your preferred choice, and you would like to participate in CSAB counseling for some of the vacant seats already available, in such a case, unless and otherwise you register in the CSAB counseling, you will not be considered, right? This has nothing to do with what you have done in the first 5 rounds of JOSAA. Now, JOSAA is typically over the moment the first 5 rounds or 6 rounds are complete. After the 6th round only, the CSAB counseling will start. And in order to decide whether you would like to participate in CSAB counseling or not, please look at the vacant seat position. And if you are interested in some of those vacancies, whether you got a seat earlier or whether you would like to get a seat, irrespective of that, looking at the vacant seats, you will be able to decide what kind of seats are available. And depending on your rank, if you are likely to get admission into those vacant seats, you need to register afresh into this CSAB. So I would like to request all of you to look at 2 things very, very carefully. Because everything is computer based, there is no provision for you, I have missed the deadline, please give me a chance. There is no way you will be given a special chance. So the only thing that you have to follow is to follow the schedule unscrupulously, right? Whoever you may be, it is definitely not possible for you if you miss that particular deadline. Now, these schedules are already available in the JOSAA website. Just for your information, I am putting it here. Remember, there will not be any special mention that you have been allotted with a seat. It is your responsibility to check whether you have been given a seat or not as per this particular schedule. Now, as per this, you can see, of course, the first round of mock results are going to be displayed on 9th, maybe by evening. And another mock round allocation is given on 11th. Remember, the results of mock rounds need not be taken for granted. Suppose if you got a seat in this mock round, it doesn't mean that you will be able to get a seat definitely, right? If you have not got a seat, it doesn't mean that you will not be getting a seat. That depends on the choices filled by all the students. Only after locking that becomes final, and based on that only the actual seat allotment is going to be done. So don't get discouraged. Of course, you can always fine-tune some of your choices based on the results that you see in the first and second mock rounds. That's the idea. To give you an idea about what kind of seats are likely to come, accordingly, you may have to probably fine-tune some of the choices you have made and try to complete that before the final deadline. So by 12th, you will have to complete all your choices. So 12th is the last day to complete your choice filling. And remember, earlier there used to be a problem, but the moment you submit your choices, the moment you fill up your choices, once the deadline is over, whether you submit it or not, it will be automatically submitted once the deadline is complete, right? Of course, unless and otherwise you are sure, don't try to submit. Once you submit, you will not have an option to edit those choices. And as you can see, the first round of allocation in JOSAA is going to happen on 14th June, and immediately you have something to do. Remember, none of you will be told, Mister, you have got an admission, you please follow up this procedure. It is your responsibility to check each and every time whether you have been allotted with a seat or not. There will not be any special notification, right? And having obtained a seat, suppose if you got a seat based on your choices, then you need to do certain things which I'll try to highlight later. During this period, from 14th to 18th, you have to do certain things. I'll try to highlight some of the things that you are required to do once a seat is allotted. Similarly, once this is done, the second round of seat allotment is going to happen on 21st. Then those students, you are required to do certain things, which I'll be separately talking about. You have to choose an option between float, slide, and freeze, and also upload your documents, pay the seat acceptance fee, accept the seat, right? Unless and otherwise you do all these steps, your admission is likely to be cancelled and you will be out of the entire counseling process. So try to be very, very careful about all the steps that you are required to do, right? There will not be any special mention about the seat that was given to you, and you may not be told explicitly that you have to pay the fee, you have to upload the documents. It is your responsibility to keep checking through your own logins based on the schedule to check whether a seat has been allotted to you, and once it is allotted, what are the steps that you are required to do. So the second round is going to happen on 21st June. Similarly, you are given some time to upload your documents, get it verified. Only when you complete all these steps, you will be able to receive an allotment letter, which can be downloaded through your own logins. Similarly, the third round is going to be displayed on 28th June. Again, the fourth round results are going to come on July 4th, fifth round on July 10th, and the sixth round, as I said, is meant for only vacant seats available in IITs. Probably you will be considered only for the vacant seats available in IITs at the end of the fifth round. So this is at the end of sixth round, the JOSAA process is complete. So after the sixth round, you are unlikely to get admission into any one of the IITs. The admissions into IITs are closed. Remember, when I am talking about admissions into IITs, in the first 5 rounds, you will also be considered based on the choices that you have given. Admission into IITs, NITs, IIITs, GFTIs, and so on. All the institutes you are eligible. But at the end of the 5th round, you will not be, at the end of the 6th round, you will never be able to get into IITs, right? And there is always a possibility that if you miss some of the steps that you are required to do, once a seat is allotted, you are likely to be out of the entire process. So try to be careful about that. So what I would like to request all the students and their parents to follow the schedule that was announced. This is nothing new. All this information is available on the website, public domain itself, right? Look at the schedule and see when the first round of results are going to come and what is that you need to do once you are allotted with a seat, what is the deadline. Try to complete all the necessary steps within the deadline. If you are unable to do this, you will be out of the entire counseling process. Yeah. And also, I request all of you, it doesn't take much time, also go through what is known as business rules. Probably most of them are self-explanatory. If you have any confusion, probably you can talk to us. We'll have some question-answer session at the end of this presentation. And as you know, these are the requirements. JEE Advanced. If you have a rank in JEE Advanced, then only you will be considered for admission into IITs. There are some other restrictions as well. And if you have only JEE main rank, then you will be eligible to take admission into all the other institutes noted as NIT plus system. NITs, IIITs, GFTIs, and IIEST. And please remember this very, very carefully. I am trying to put only the requirement for NIT plus system. In this particular case, every one of you need to at least satisfy one of these conditions. Of course, this is 2. Either 1 should be satisfied or 2 should be satisfied. In case if you are looking at admissions into NITs plus system. But in case if you are looking at admissions into IITs, along with your JEE Advanced rank, you are required to satisfy both 1 and 2. In case of NITs, either of them is sufficient, but in case of IITs, along with JEE Advanced, you need to satisfy both of them. What is that? You need to have at least 75% aggregate marks. Suppose if you satisfy this, and you are even though you have JEE Advanced, of course, in order to have JEE Advanced rank, you need to have JEE main rank. You are eligible to get admission into NITs, may not be into IITs, unless and otherwise you satisfy the second condition, right? Please be aware of this. I think all of you are aware. Suppose if you don't have 75% aggregate, at least out of 5 subjects in your +2, then you are not satisfying the first condition. But still, you may be able to take admission into NITs provided you satisfy the second condition, right? if you are there in the top 20 percentile of the students of that +2, whichever board you have appeared. But both need to be satisfied if you are required to take admission into IITs. That is the difference between NITs and IITs. I think some of you might be slightly confused. If you look at your scorecard, JEE scorecard, probably you will be given with some of these terminology. So common rank list, that is usually called as CRL, which includes all category of students. Irrespective of your category, what is your general merit across all the students who appeared for JEE main. Then based on your category, general EWS. It is applicable for general EWS and general EWS PWD. OBC NCL, OBC NCL, OBC NCL PWD, and so on. Try to be careful. You might have applied for a particular category. Try to be careful, especially while applying, right? You might have applied for a particular category. You might have ticked, let us say, general PWD category while making your application or while filling your choices. Remember, the general PWD category will be satisfied only when you produce a particular certificate satisfying your PWD requirement. So if you are unable to satisfy that requirement at the time of reporting, then you will not be considered as general PWD candidate. It will be converted into general. Same is the case with others. Remember, if you have applied for general while filling your choices, the reverse conversion may not be possible. You will not be able to convert your general category into general PWD, or general category into SC, general category into OBC, right? The reverse conversion may not be possible. Be careful. That's why look at what category you are eligible, whether you have the necessary certificates as required by JOSAA. Almost all these formats have been already uploaded on the website. Whether you have the required certificate with you, then only claim that particular category. Otherwise, automatically your category will be converted, failing to submit the required certificates. So these are the possible conversions depending on if you fail to invalid EWS certificate, invalid PWD certificate, invalid category certificate, SC certificate, or invalid ST certificate, or invalid OBC certificate. There is no other option for us to convert your category from that particular category you might have applied, but it will be converted back to maybe general or as given in this list. So if you have any query, if you are not very clear, please talk to somebody who can help you in choosing the right category while making your application, right? Most of you may be aware of this, but this can lead to some problems, especially when you are not in a position to produce the necessary certificate to validate the category that you are claiming. Yeah, I think Professor Om Mahesh has given you a fairly good idea. Let me tell you, to be frank, even if I am there in your position, even if my son is taking admission, I have the same problem. There is nothing like a magic wand or a mathematical formula that tells you this is the list of options I have to propose, right? But one thing I would like to tell you based on my experience, please give preference to the student interest and passion. Remember, there is equal opportunity, if not on the first day, over a matter of time, everybody has a chance to succeed in his own area. And especially, students will be happy pursuing the course of his interest. I have seen people wasting their entire career just because my father wanted NIT Warangal or maybe a particular institute, though I am interested in this particular branch, because of NIT Warangal, he admitted me in a particular branch which I am not interested, right? So they have spoiled their entire career, they don't study, and they have a lot of backlogs. Ultimately, who is to be blamed? So please encourage your student, your ward, to tell them what are the kind of opportunities, what kind of a branch they are interested in. Please try to consider that, especially while filling up those choices. Don't really worry that you will not be able to get a job. Remember, you are studying in some of the premier institutes in the country. And probably I'll also would like to tell the students one caution. Some of the parents might have told you, please work hard for these 2 years, your life is settled. That's a very, very wrong statement. And just because you got admission into one of the institutes, into a particular branch, if you relax, you will be nowhere. It will be difficult for you to pass the course, get a good CGPA, and also get a good placement. I have seen people also wasting their career like this, by just like that relaxing. And one word of caution to parents, just because they have joined into a premier institute, got a particular branch of their choice, please continue to monitor them. For the first time, they are coming out of your own household, and they may not be having that kind of a freedom in the hostels when they were with you. So try to continuously monitor whether your ward is doing well, whether he is continuing his studies, what is his progress, and so on. You are welcome, whatever is the institute. I am not only talking about NIT Warangal. You are welcome to interact with the faculty members, wardens, or whatever, to understand how your ward is actually doing with his studies. I would like to give you, I think Professor Mahesh has made my job easy. As I said, there is nothing like a mathematical formula. In my opinion, you need to look at some of these aspects. Look at the institute, its ranking, the kind of facilities, what kind of faculty you have, what are the academic opportunities, research and innovation, available facilities, national and international presence, campus life and extracurricular activities, internships and placements. I'm not trying to warn you. There are people who joined in some of the northeastern institutes, and they were not able to adjust to the food. This could be one major problem. If that is the case, please rethink twice while choosing some of those institutes. Remember, most of these institutes are of national character, and we would like to give you various types of foods depending on different parts of the country, wherever you are from. So consider some of these opportunities, consider some of these aspects. Maybe you can, I just would like to give one piece of advice. Choosing the institute, giving 100% weightage for an institute is as bad as giving 100% weightage to the branch. Just because you are trying to get a branch of your choice, don't go into a private institute while comparing with some of the NITs. So that may be foolish. Similarly, when you want to give 100% weightage to an institute, and if your son or ward is not interested in that particular program, don't admit him. So you have to somehow balance the institute as well as the preferred choice of branch. Giving 100% weightage to either of them may not be really required. So identify some good institutes according to your own research, group them, and identify the kind of branches in which you are interested and rank them in a particular order. Probably to get an idea, you can also look at what is the opening rank and closing rank of the last year. That may give you a fairly good chance, good idea whether you are likely to get that seat or not, though it is not 100%, right? There can be variations, and list the choices in a particular order. Once again, probably some of you are already aware of this, but we have seen people facing this kind of a difficulty. Now, when you put the choice, suppose you got the first choice. Whatever choice that you have filled, you have been given the first choice, and that is the final. You cannot go down, nor you can go up. There is nothing beyond one, right? Suppose you got a 10th choice, whatever may be the number of choices you have filled. Now remember, though you have filled up about 200 choices, you will never be able to go down below 10. According to you, you got the 10th best option. Remember, this 10th best option is not absolute. It is according to you, right? So once you got the 10th best option, how can you ask me the 11th? According to you, 11 is worse than 10. So be careful whether you are going to get that particular seat or not. Be careful in putting your rank, in the choices in a particular order. So try to be careful. Suppose if you had put in some institute and branch among the top, probably you are likely to be struck at that point of time. You may not be able to go down, and some of the options that you have given above that, you may not be getting based on your rank. So try to be careful in choosing that particular order while filling up your choices. Yeah. As I said, you have to lock, probably unless and otherwise you are confident that you are not going to edit or change the choices. Don't lock until the last minute. Even if you don't lock it, automatically it will be locked and submitted once the deadline is over. But remember, by some chance, if you have locked your choices before the deadline, and if you would like to edit, you will have to make a request, provided you have enough time, and there is an option for you to unlock and once again make maybe some editing of your choices. That option is available, but remember, all this is possible only before the deadline, that is 12th June. So this is the typical chart that you will have to follow. Registration, by 12th it will be closed. Mark seat allocation is going to be announced. The first round of mark seat allocation is going to be on 8th. Second mark on 10th. End of registration and choice filling on 12th. Beyond this, you will not be able to change your choices, right? Whether you will be able to get a seat or not, what kind of a seat you will be getting is dictated by whatever choices you have completed, whatever choices you have freezed before the deadline. And whatever can happen is based on whatever choices you have given. Then the first round of allocation is going to be on 14th June. So every one of you will have to open your logins frequently. I think sometime, usually this may be announced usually in the evening, or look at the website, and after the time you please check up whether you have been allotted with a seat or not on 14th. Nobody will tell you you have been allotted with a seat. It is your responsibility to check whether you were allotted with a seat or not in round 1. Same is the case with all other rounds. Then you will have to do certain things, as I said, before 18th. Once a seat is allotted, you are required to go through some steps and complete all these steps before 18th. Usually 4 to 5 days are usually given for this at the end of every round. Then seat allocation of round 2 will happen on 21st June, and you will have to online reporting 21 to 26. Then the third round on 28th. Then third round online reporting between 28th and 3rd July. And the fourth round will be on 4th July. Then 4th to 9th, you will have to do online reporting. This online reporting is common, whatever may be the round. Why I am trying to insist upon these, please note down the deadlines. Beyond the deadline, nobody will be able to help you. Whatever steps that you need to complete will have to be done before this deadline only. Similarly, 5th round allocation is going to happen on 10th July. And then 10th to 15th July, you will have to complete the online reporting. Seat allocation of round 6 will happen on 16th July, and you need to report between 16th to 22nd July. This completes the JOSAA counseling, right? Remember, though we are saying JOSAA counseling, remember most of you would have got your seats, depending on your rank and eligibility, maybe into IITs, maybe into NITs, maybe IIITs, maybe any other institute as per your choice, right? So at the end of the 6th round, now the vacant seat position in all these institutes, NITs, IIITs, GFTIs, will be displayed. And in case if you are looking for a change from the allotted seat, whether if it is allotted or not, if it is not allotted, you may be still looking for allotment. If it is allotted, you may be looking for an advancement. In such a case, look at the vacant seats, see whether you are interested in some of those vacant seats or not. Otherwise, there is no point in participating in CSAB, right? Then you will have to register afresh into CSAB counseling, like what you did here, right? I am not going through the process of the CSAB and its schedules. They are also available, but you will have to look at CSAB website, not JOSAA. Probably that information may not be available in JOSAA. So this is typically the process that we follow: registration, choice filling, seat allotment. Then once a seat is allotted, you have to accept the seat, then pay the seat acceptance fee, based on your criteria, some amount is decided. Upload the documents. So number of documents, I'll try to list out what are the documents you are required to upload. So you will have to keep all these documents ready with you, right? So you cannot run for a particular certificate during these 3 or 4 days. And you may not be in a position to get that certificate within the deadline. Then you will be losing your seat. So try to have all the certificates that are required beforehand, right? Then you can choose slide or float. I'll come back to this. Or you can even withdraw. If you withdraw, you will be exiting from the entire counseling process. This withdrawal option will be available from the, not in the first round because you are not allotted. So from the second round onwards. And if you choose a freeze option, right, at some stage, you will have to choose this freeze option or it will be automatically frozen, right, at the end of all the rounds of counseling. Then you are required to pay partial admission fee. There are 2 types of fees that you need to pay. The moment seat is allotted, you have to pay a fee of seat acceptance fee. And once your seat is freezed or frozen, whether it is by you or by the system at the end of all the rounds, automatically the seat is frozen. You will not be able to move to any other. Then in such a case, you need to pay partial admission fee. Don't worry about these. Whatever fees that you have paid will be adjusted against the fees that you will be paying to the respective institute. So the balance fee only will be collected when you go to the particular institute. All this money will be automatically sent to the respective institute wherever you got admission. I think, okay. I think probably you are aware. Of course, it is not for you to really bother about this. Do you know how the algorithm for seat allotment is generally done? You might have given 100 choices. You might have, you might belong to a particular category, whatever may be the category, or maybe 2 or 3 subcategories as well. General, EWS, PWD, for example. Then the algorithm will always check what is your first choice, whether you would be able to take that seat, irrespective of your category, whether you will be able to get that seat based on general rank, based on general category. Suppose you are not able to get that seat based on this category, then you will go to subcategory, let us say EWS. So if you are you going to get based on your general EWS, are you going to get that first choice? Let us say you are not getting based on your rank in general EWS as well. Then it will be checking if you are, if your category is like that, if you have something like general EWS and PWD, then whether you will be able to get that first choice based on this subcategory and subcategory. Suppose under all possible categories which are applicable to you, you are not getting that first choice. Then only it goes to the second choice. Again, the same process is repeated. Suppose you don't get up to 10 choices. If you are getting any one of, under any one of these categories, if 11 choice is going to be given, it will be given to you, right? It is very transparent. There is nothing any human can do. So please take it for granted. And in fact, the entire system is so transparent, you will be able to check whether any rank above you or below you, you did not get a seat, but whether belonging to the same category, whether he was given, provided you have opted for the choice. So as I said, no separate information will be given to you that seat is allotted to you. So you have to comply with some of the clauses which I will try to highlight. So there are 4 to 5 steps that you have to do. So once the seat is allotted, you will be able to download this initial seat allotment information slip or intimation slip. And that involves what are the steps that will be clearly defining what are the steps that you have to do. First of all, if you are interested, you have to accept the seat, right? And then choose one of these options, freeze, slide, or float. I think all of you are aware of what is meant by freeze, slide, or float, right? Anyway, I'll also talk about that. Then you need to upload the documents. Depending on your category, you need to upload certain documents. I'll also list out what are the documents that you are required to upload. Then pay the seat acceptance fee. What I advise the parents and students, try to pay the seat acceptance fee on the first day itself. Once a seat is allotted, try to pay this fees as early as possible, right? Sometimes there can be a problem depending on the mode of payment. Your payment might not be reflected, might not be validated. Until and unless this payment is validated, the next step cannot go ahead. All the uploaded documents can only be verified by the officer only when you pay the fee, right? Suppose if you try to pay the fee on the last day and you have some problem while uploading some of your documents, you may not be left with enough time to correct some of the mistakes that you might have made. So always try to pay the fee as early as possible once a seat is allotted to you, right? And you have more or less number of options, UPI, credit card, all such options are available. If you want to do it online, even that is available. Make sure that you have enough money, enough type of resource, so that you will be able to pay the required fee right on the first day. Try to do this in order to avoid trouble at a later stage. So these are the seat acceptance fees that you need to pay. Rupees 15,000 for candidates with the category tag of SC, ST, General PWD, General EWS PWD, OBC NCL PWD, SC PWD or ST PWD. All these category of students will have to pay 15,000 as seat acceptance fee. And the other category students will have to pay 30,000, right? That will be general category, right? So you can use debit cards, UPI, credit card, net banking, or even e-challan. Whatever is convenient, try to make sure that you are in a position to pay the seat acceptance fee if a seat is allotted to you. Further steps can only go forward until and unless you pay this particular fee. Yeah. Now, you have already uploaded the documents, you have paid the seat acceptance fee, but you might have submitted some documents which are not in proper order. So the verification officer who is looking at your certificates online, we are not trying to meet with each other, right? You may be sitting in your home, the verification officer may be sitting in his place where your seat is allotted. So he will be looking at the documents that were uploaded to you on the portal. And suppose if a particular certificate is not in a proper order or may not be in a proper format, he will immediately raise a query. So-and-so certificate is not in appropriate format. Unless and otherwise you upload the right format, you will not be considered. So again, remember, you will have to follow up whether you have any query or not by looking at the portal by yourself. Nobody will tell you, you have made this mistake, so please correct it. It will be only based on online. So if there are any queries raised against you, right? I'm not saying there will be queries. If you have done proper job without any queries, probably your certificates may be accepted. I'm not denying that. By some chance, if there is a problem, then the verifying officer will be trying to ask you to do the right thing, to correct whatever mistake you have committed. Remember, all this should happen within the deadline. And the verification officer will not be able to look at your certificates unless and otherwise you pay the fee. That's why it is always better to pay the fee on the first day, upload the documents, and then see whether all your documents are in proper order or not. So you have to ensure if there is any query or not. If there is a query, please respond to that query. Nobody will be coming to you and telling you that this is what I have asked you, right? It is your duty to look into your portal and see what is the query that you had against you and try to respond to that query. If you are not able to resolve that query, your seat is likely to be cancelled. Or there is a possibility that suppose your category certificate, EWS, PWD are not in appropriate order, the verifying officer may be converting your category accordingly, right? Automatically the seat that was allotted to you in that round will be cancelled, but you will be considered for next round of admissions based on the new category. So there can be a lot of repercussions. Be careful about that. Yeah. if all the certificates that you have uploaded have been verified by the verifying officer, then you will be able to download a provisional seat allotment letter. Remember, still your seat is not confirmed. It is only provisionally, you are provisionally admitted. There is still a possibility that your seat can be cancelled, right? What is meant by provisional seat allotment is, you got a particular choice in a branch, in a particular institute. Now you need to go to that institute, fulfill all the requirements of that particular institute. Pay the fee, right? Partial admission fee, get your certificates verified when you go for physical verification. And remember, there can be some special eligibility considerations for some of the branches, maybe in some of the institutes, right? For example, mining, a program in mining, you may not be eligible to take. Some of the girls may not be eligible in some institutes. So if you have been allotted with a seat under that category, you may be losing it. Most often, this will be taken care by the software itself. Yeah, even failure to respond to the queries, you are likely to be either converted, there can be a conversion in your category. Suppose you are a general candidate, you have not uploaded your +2 or whatever certificate, then you will not be considered. You don't know whether you are eligible to take the admission or not, right? So you are likely to lose the seat as well. So once a seat is cancelled for non-fulfillment of the required steps, once a seat is allotted, you will be out of the counseling process. You will not be considered for further rounds. Only one possibility is, if there is a change in category, that particular allotted seat in that round will be cancelled, but you are likely to participate in further rounds with the new category, right? I think you are aware of this. There is one possibility. Suppose some of you were allotted with the first option, first choice. Then will you be able to choose float or slide? Where do you move from first option? There is nothing better than first, right? So automatically it is frozen. According to you, you got the best possible choice. Whatever you wanted, it was given to you. So automatically it is frozen, and you need to choose freeze option if you are allotted with the first choice, right? Otherwise, you can choose float or slide. I think you are aware of this. Suppose if you have chosen freeze, irrespective of the option that is given to you, you will not be allowed to convert that into either float or slide. But if you have chosen float, you can probably choose slide in the next round, right? So these are the possibilities. I think freeze is, you are happy with the allotted seat. You are not going to be interested in considering for any other option. I am very happy with the allotted seat. Don't move me from here, right? If you say slide, slide means you got a particular option, but I am interested in sliding within the same institute, provided you had options above the allotted choice, some of the branches within the same institute. Suppose you opted for NIT Warangal, let us say mechanical, let us say 5th choice. Now the first 4 choices does not contain any choice belonging to NIT Warangal. What do you mean by slide? Where can you slide? There is no option available. Automatically it will be fixed at the 5th choice only. And float means you will be moving across the institutes. Remember, there is no absolute merit. The merit is based on your choices, your order of preference. So if you have got 10th choice, you will not be moved to 11th or 12th. There is no way you can go down. But if you are allotted with any other seat above 10, it could be within the same institute if you have some of those choices, or it could be any other institute as well, then you are likely to be moved based on your merit. So these are the differences between freeze, float, and slide. So Finally, of course, I'm not, you can just check it up. Even the CSAB special rounds, the schedule is already on. So after completing the special rounds, 3 special rounds of CSAB, you are required to go and report to the allotted institute between August 10th to 14th. Probably your classwork is likely to start maybe in that week if you complete all the necessary formalities. So during this particular phase, you are required to go to that particular institute wherever a seat has been given to you, complete all the required formalities, then your seat is confirmed. Till then, there is still a possibility that your seat may be rejected, right, for various reasons. So you will have to, all the original certificates will be rechecked at the admitted institute, and you may have to pay the remaining fee apart from the seat acceptance fee and partial admission fee. Based on the fee structure of that particular institute, you may have to pay the remaining fees depending on whether you are interested in taking a hostel admission or not. All the other fees you may have to pay. Then only your seat will be confirmed. I think I'm not worried about this. So I think for some reason, if you are withdrawing or if seat is cancelled, how much money is going to be refunded back to you, that you can go through the business rules. Yeah. Try to be careful here. Once you are going into CSAB, for the remaining vacancies in NIT system, plus DASA, you are not worried about DASA unless and otherwise there is a foreign student here. I hope there is nobody right now. So these admissions are going to be taken care by CSAB. So you will have to pay 20,000 plus, in case of this category, otherwise 45,000 as partial admission fee. This is okay. So just have a look at some of these documents. Probably this is also available. So date of birth, that is mandatory. What are the certificates that are valid to confirm your date of birth? Either class 10 certificate, mark sheet or certificate, Aadhaar card or birth certificate. This is mandatory. One of these certificates is mandatory for proving your date of birth. Then class 12th mark sheet and certificate, qualifying examination, right? In our state, it is intermediate. And if you are in something like CBSE, probably they may be calling it as class 12. Admit card, your JEE main rank. In case of IITs, you will have to produce JEE advanced. Certificate of category. Remember, based on your category, if you belong to any one of these categories, appropriate certificate in the prescribed format. All these formats have been already available on the website. So you will have to produce that certificate in an appropriate format. Otherwise, that certificate may be rejected. SC, ST, OBC, NCL, non-creamy layer, general, EWS. If applicable, as per Government of India format. Available on the JOSAA website. This year there is a small change, especially in the case of EWS and NCL, OBC, NCL. The requirement earlier was you are required to submit the certificate produced after April 1st, 2025. But this year, this amendment is made. A government issued online verifiable certificate which must be valid till August 31st also will be considered. Suppose you have taken the certificate before April 1st, 2025, and if the certificate clearly mentions that this certificate is valid at least up to August 31st, that certificate also will be considered. But remember, this should be verified online. Original certificate for persons with benchmark disabilities. Okay. Passport citizenship certificate, if applicable, for OCA candidates. And in case if the original certificates are not in English or Hindi, then English or Hindi translations of such certificates duly certified by the principal or head of the institute previously studied is mandatory. And in addition to that, there are some special requirements. I am not going through all of them. Probably some of you may not be interested. Certificate issued by Maharashtra state government, certificates issued by Tamil Nadu have some specific restrictions. You will have to follow them. So you can also go through some special restrictions. I don't know whether I have kept it. So please check if you are opting for these particular institute and branch. Remember, NIT Warangal for mining engineering, PWD students are not eligible. So it is your, of course, software may always tell you, if you happen to be a PWD student, it may warn you that you are not eligible to take this particular seat if you are trying to opt for that particular choice, right? Most of them will be displayed there itself, but try to go through before you lock your choices. So different institutes may have, see for example, Meghalaya, all these branches are not given to orthopedically handicapped candidates with disability in walking, right? So there may be some such special restrictions. What I am trying to show here is only for NIT system. Similarly, there are some special restrictions even for IIT system. Please go through them. So I'm not showing all of them. They are available on the website. All these certificates, a particular format is given. It is mandatory for you to upload those documents in that format only. Otherwise, they may be rejected. Please make sure that you have whatever certificate that you are likely to upload based on your category. Please make sure that they are in appropriate format. All these certificates are available. Formats are available at least. So I'd like to wish you all the best. Probably I wish you may be able to get the preferred choice of institute as well as branch. But where is the guarantee? What are you going to do? I leave it to you, right? Do you think this is the end of life? So probably parents will have to take care. There are definitely enough opportunities, right? Choose carefully while filling your choices. Don't get discouraged. For example, I would like to be the President of India. Then why am I here? Same is the case with you. So don't get disheartened. There are enough scope, enough chance for you to succeed, whatever may be the institute, whatever may be the branch that you are allotted with, provided you put in your sincere effort. Try to prove yourself, right? That's the only advice I'd like to give you. Thank you. And if you have any queries, probably we will join with you. Maybe some of my colleagues will also join with you in answering some of the queries. Feel free, either in Telugu, Hindi, English, or maybe any other, probably some of my colleagues may also be able to address in other languages. So I'll leave it open to you.
Hello. మీకు ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం అనిపిస్తే మీరు తెలుగులో అడగచ్చు క్వశ్చన్స్.
హలో సార్, మేము ఇక్కడ లోకల్ పర్సన్స్ హనంకొండ. సో మాకు హాస్టల్ ఫెసిలిటీ ఇస్తారా? లోకల్స్ అని ఏమైనా రిజెక్ట్ చేస్తారా?
సో ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ స్టూడెంట్ హాస్టల్ ఈజ్ మ్యాండేటరీ, బట్ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ స్టేయింగ్ ఎట్ ది రెసిడెన్స్, మీరు లోకల్లో ఉంటే కనుక మీరు లోకల్ అడ్రస్ ప్రూఫ్ చూపిస్తే కనుక పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తారు. లోకల్ ఇంట్లో ఉండడానికి పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తారు.
లేదు, హాస్టల్ కావాలి.
హాస్టల్ ఇస్తారు. హాస్టల్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ స్టూడెంట్ ఇస్ మ్యాండేటరీ చెప్తున్నాను కదా సార్. కొంతమంది అడుగుతారు ఏంటంటే మేము మా ఇంట్లో ఉందాం అనుకుంటా ఉంటారు.
Sir, as a rule, all the students are required to stay in the hostels.
Okay.
If you don't want, then that is an exception. You need to take permission.
Okay.
For being in hostels, you don't need anybody's permission. You will be provided with hostel.
Thank you, sir.
It could on the
సార్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
Yeah.
సార్ ఇక్కడ మా అమ్మాయికి ఉన్న ర్యాంక్ ప్రకారం మెకానికల్ వస్తుంది. అంటే ఈసీ మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్, అంటే CSABలో అట్లా అప్లై చేయొచ్చా, లేకుంటే సెకండ్ ఇయర్ తర్వాత ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయంటారు? ఉంటాయి సార్?
ఉండొచ్చు అండి, ఛాన్సెస్ ఉండొచ్చు. మీకు ఫస్ట్ మెకానికల్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి,
ఓకే,
దీని ఇదే ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో స్లైడ్ పెట్టుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, పాసిబిలిటీ ఒకవేళ సీట్స్ వేకెన్సీస్ ఉంటే కనుక ఈసీ వస్తే బాగానే ఉంటుంది. బట్ థింగ్ ఇస్ యూ హ్యావ్ వి కెనాట్ గ్యారంటీ దట్ యూ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ ద సీట్ ఆర్ నాట్.
Okay. Ravichandra, I think let me answer that. I think I understood the question like this. After first year, do you have the option of changing branch?
Yes,
I
sir,
had
yes,
that
sir,
one.
yes.
Yeah, there is no such branch change now. There are some NITs where there may be a branch change, but NIT Warangal has stopped this for the last few years, 3-4 years. But there is one facility, sir. Irrespective of your branch, if you are interested and if your ward is doing well, you have a provision of doing a minor degree. Suppose I may be in biotechnology, but I can get a minor degree in computer science, minor degree in electronics. Remember, this option again is based on purely merit. There is nothing like reservation. There is nothing like home state or outside state. There is nothing like SC or ST. Based on merit, the choice once again is allotted.
Thank you, sir.
సార్ ఫైనల్ ఇయర్లో ఐఐటికి పోయే ఛాన్స్ ఉందని ఇచ్చారు, అది దాని నుంచి చెప్తారా సార్? ఎట్లా
ఎప్పుడండి ఐఐటికి వెళ్ళేది?
ఫైనల్ ఇయర్లో దేర్ మే బి ఛాన్స్ ఆఫ్.
అదేంటంటే ఇప్పుడు వీ హ్యావ్ మోర్ ఆర్ లెస్ ఐ థింక్ అబౌట్ 7-8 IITస్తో మాకు వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ టైఅప్. సో అగైన్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ద ఐఐటి, స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆర్ likely to, for example, IIT Hyderabad, at least one example I will give you. There are other IITs as well. They look for students with 8 CGPA, something like 80% in loose terms. Our students, they are eligible to spend the entire final year in IIT Hyderabad. And they will be doing the coursework taught by their teachers, and those credits will be transferred back. The degree is given by NIT Warangal only. And they are not eligible for placements in IIT. But they have done their entire final year in IIT, but the degree will be given by NIT Warangal. The second thing is, they are not eligible for placements in IIT. They will have to come to NIT Warangal. Then what is the advantage? You may ask me. They have the exposure of IITs, that is one. And some of these students, if they are interested, they are directly given admission into PhD in those IITs. In fact, IITs are looking for such students who are interested in research. Of course, there is no mandatory requirement. After spending 1 year, if you want, you can continue your PhD or you can come out and go into a job. Nobody will force you. And similar facilities are also available with couple of foreign universities as well. But that may be costly.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. నా డౌట్ సీట్ అలొకేషన్ గురించి. మీరు చెప్పారు కదా, జోసాలో ఫస్ట్ జనరల్, తర్వాత దాని సబ్ ఈడబ్ల్యూఎస్, తర్వాత పీడబ్ల్యూడి కన్సిడర్ చేస్తారని. అలాగే CSABలో కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తారా? లేకపోతే ఓన్లీ జనరల్ వరకే, లైక్ CRL ర్యాంక్ మాత్రమే తీసుకోవడం ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా CSABలో?
సేమ్ ప్రొసీజర్.
సేమ్ ప్రొసీజర్ అంటే నా కేటగిరీ ర్యాంక్ కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తారు CSAB. ఇఫ్ దర్ ఆర్ ఒకవేళ వ్యాకెన్సీ నా కేటగిరీ ర్యాంక్తో ఉంటే దాంట్లో సీట్ వస్తుంది.
కరెక్ట్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఏ కేటగిరీ స్టూడెంట్ అయినా బేస్డ్ ఆన్ మెరిట్, సపోజ్ యూ ఆర్ ఎ ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంకర్, ఐ మీన్ డోంట్ మిస్టేక్ ఇన్ మీ, just to drive the point I am telling you, you may be an SC student, but your CRL common rank is 1. then you will be getting a seat in general category, not as SC. Right? Same is the case with OBC. Same is the case with a PWD student. Suppose he has the first rank, he will be getting whatever branch he wants, not based on his PWD category, but on general category. So first thing is, general merit will be seen. If you are not getting that under general merit, then you will be going into subcategories.
సార్ నమస్తే సార్. సార్ మా బాబుకి నిట్ వరంగల్లోనైతే EE వస్తుంది సార్, ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్. కానీ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్లో ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్నాడు. కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్కి ఐఐటికి మనం వెళ్ళినట్లయితే లాస్ట్ టైర్ 3లో మనకి పాలక్కడ్ కానీ బిలాయ్ కానీ ధార్వాడ్, అది కూడా ప్యూర్ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ రావట్లేదు. సో అలీడ్ అంటే డేటా సైన్స్, మ్యాథ్స్ అండ్ కంప్యూటింగ్ అవి వస్తున్నాయి సార్.
ఓకే.
అదే ఎన్ఐటీలోకి వచ్చినట్లయితే టాప్ 10లో అంటే కురుక్షేత్ర, సూరత్, ఈ రెండిట్లో అది ప్యూర్ కంప్యూటర్స్ రావట్లేదు, అలీడ్ వస్తున్నాయి సార్. సో దీని తర్వాత పోయినట్లయితే IIIT మనకి గ్వాలియర్, అలహాబాద్ రావట్లేదు, గ్వాలియరు, లక్నో ఇవి వస్తున్నాయి సార్. సో నాకు కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ కావాలి సార్. దీంట్లో నేను నిట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్కి పోవాలన్నా లేకపోతే గ్వాలియర్ లక్నోకి వెళ్ళాలన్నా?
సార్ మీతో మాట్లాడేది ప్రొఫెసర్ రవిచంద్ర అండి. ఈజ్ ఎ ప్రొఫెసర్ ఆఫ్ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్, అవర్ co-coordinator of admissions. There is no clear-cut formula. In fact, we should not be advertising and addressing this particular doubt. నేను మీ పొజిషన్లో ఉన్నా కూడా సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లమే, నాకు కూడా అదే ప్రాబ్లం సార్. యాజ్ సింపుల్ యాజ్ దట్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు IIIT అయితే మనకి ప్యూర్ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ వస్తుంది సార్. ఈ అదే నిట్ కురుక్షేత్ర దీనికి అలీడ్ వస్తుంది, అది కూడా ప్యూర్ రావట్లేదు
సార్. ప్యూర్ కంప్యూటర్ అనేది అనేం లేదు. ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్లో ఏంటంటే నవ్వు స్పెషలైజేషన్స్ వచ్చాయి సార్. ఇప్పుడు AI అని వచ్చింది, లేకపోతే డేటా సైన్స్ అని వచ్చింది. సో దే ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ అనమాట సిఎస్తో పాటు. సో నో నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ వరీ అబౌట్ దట్, ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. బట్ ఏంటంటే కొంచెం స్పెషలైజ్డ్ వే ఆఫ్ లుకింగ్ ఇంటు దట్ సబ్జెక్ట్. కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్లో కూడా ఇవన్నీ చదువుతారు, సిఎస్సీలో కూడా అన్నీ చదువుతారు సార్, యాజ్ ఏ ఎలెక్టివ్స్ కింద చదువుతారు. బట్ దీంట్లోకి వచ్చేసరికి ఏంటంటే కోర్ కోర్సెస్ కింద చదువుతారు అనమాట సార్. స్పెషల్ బ్రాంచెస్ లైక్ AI కానీ డిఎస్ కానీ దాంట్లో కోర్ కోర్సెస్ కింద చదువుతారు. అదే కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్లో కూడా ఏ కోర్సెస్ చదువుతారు, కానీ యాజ్ ఎలెక్టివ్స్ కింద చదువుతారు. బట్ అది చదవడం మాత్రం ఉంటుంది కంపల్సరీగా, రెండిట్లోనూ ఉంటుంది సార్. ఓకే
ఉంది. కానీ నేను ఏది ఇప్పుడు లక్నో
ఏది అది తీసుకున్నా తప్పులేదు. అంటే మీరు ఒకటి సపోజ్ మీరు NIT కురుక్షేత్రం వచ్చిందని పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే తీసుకోండి, మంచి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ సార్. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ NITs తర్వాత మీరు ఏదైనా IITస్కి IIITస్కి వెళ్ళొచ్చు కావాలంటే సార్. ఓకే, అది
అయితే రీసెంట్ అంటే మనం ఆన్లైన్ డేటా ప్రకారం ప్లేస్మెంట్ పరంగా IIIT లక్నో అండ్ గ్వాలియర్, కురుక్షేత్ర, సూరత్ కన్నా బెస్ట్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్లో ఉన్నది
IIIT DMs గవర్నమెంట్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ సార్.
ఇది పీపీలో ఉంది సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ IIITs అయితేనేమో సపరేట్ IIITs అయితేనేమో PPP మోడ్లో ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని ఫీజెస్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి కంపేరిటివ్లీ విత్ మీకు NITs కంటే ఆ ఫీ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఎక్కువ సార్. సో అది చూసుకోవాలి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్.
అయితే ఫీ అనేది సో దాన్ని మనం వదిలేస్తే ప్లేస్మెంట్ పరంగా
ప్లేస్మెంట్ అన్నిట్లోనూ వస్తుందండి, అన్ని NITsలోనూ వస్తుంది, ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఓకే, ఆల్మోస్ట్ అన్ని NITsలోని ఆల్మోస్ట్ 50 years దాటిపోయాయి కాబట్టి NITsలో మంచి ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి
సార్. మీరు ఇందాక మా డైరెక్టర్ గారు చూపించినప్పుడు చూశారు కదా, 80% నాట్ ఫర్ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్, ఆల్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ బ్రాంచెస్ 80% ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఉంది. మిగతా 20% ఏంటి అని అడగొచ్చు మీరు. సమ్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ మైట్ గో ఫర్ అబ్రాడ్ ఫర్దర్ స్టడీస్, ఎంటెక్ చేయొచ్చు, MBAకి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. ఇటువంటి వాళ్ళు కొంతమంది ఉంటారు. కొంతమంది దే మైట్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ కంప్లీటెడ్ ద డిగ్రీ ఇన్ 4 years. సో ఆల్ దిస్ విల్ బి టేకెన్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ 20%. ఇన్ అదర్ వర్డ్స్, క్వాలిఫికేషన్ ఉండి కంపెనీ ప్రిస్క్రైబ్డ్ క్వాలిఫికేషన్ యూజువల్గా ఏంటంటే 6.5 CGPA ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ అడుగుతారు. వాళ్ళకి జాబ్ రాకపోవటం అనేది ఉండదండి మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద సెంట్రల్లీ ఫండెడ్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్లో. అగైన్ నేను చెప్పాను కదా ఇంతకుముందు, మీరు చక్కగా రిలాక్స్ అయిపోయి మీరు డిగ్రీ సరిగ్గా పెర్ఫామ్ చేయలేదనుకోండి, యూ కెనాట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ఏ గుడ్ ప్లేస్మెంట్
సార్. ఇప్పుడు IITలో కూడా పాసిబిలిటీ ఉన్నది, కానీ టైర్ 3లో ఉంది సార్. ఇప్పుడు నేను IITలో నేను అది ఫస్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఇచ్చి తర్వాత నిట్ కురుక్షేత్ర, సూరత్ ఇచ్చి తర్వాత IIIT లక్నో ఇవాళ అనేది నాకు డౌట్ సార్. అది నాకు క్లారిఫికేషన్
సార్. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఏంటంటే బ్రాంచ్ స్పెసిఫిక్గా, ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ స్పెసిఫిక్గా చూసుకోండి. మీకు నాకు కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ బ్రాంచ్ ఎక్కడొచ్చినా పర్లేదు అనుకుంటే మీరు మారిపోవచ్చు, ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ వరుసగా పెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, లేదా నాకు ఒకటి ఉంది సార్, ఓన్లీ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ బ్రాంచ్ అంటే బ్రాంచ్ స్పెసిఫిక్ అవుతుంది. నాకు ఇదే ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో చేయాలి కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ అంటే ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్
అట్లా ఏం లేదు సార్. ఇప్పుడు కంప్యూటర్ అలీడ్ కంప్యూటర్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఐఐటీలో దొరుకుతుంది, ఎన్ఐటీలో దొరుకుతుంది, ట్రిపుల్ ఐటీలో దొరుకుతుంది. సో దీంట్లో కంప్యూటర్స్ ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో నేను చూడాలనుకుంటాను, కంప్యూటర్స్ దొరుకుతాను కాబట్టి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లను ఎట్లా
ఇప్పుడు ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ర్యాంకింగ్ ఎలాగో ఉంది అది చూసుకోవచ్చు. వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అనమాట. ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ర్యాంకింగ్.
రవి, టాక్ టు హిమ్ పర్సనల్.
ఓకే, విల్ టాక్ టు యూ. అంటే అది తెగేది కాదు అనమాట. ఏంటంటే మీరు
ఒకసారి తర్వాత ఆయనతో పర్సనల్గా మాట్లాడండి.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు 80% మన దగ్గర ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ వచ్చాయి కదా సార్. సో దాంట్లో మెకానికల్, సివిల్ ఆల్ బ్రాంచెస్
ఆర్ ఇంక్లూడ్.
ఆల్ బ్రాంచెస్. సో దాంట్లో అంటే మెకానికల్ వాళ్ళకి సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీస్, లేకుంటే సివిల్ వాళ్ళకి కూడా అట్లా వచ్చాయి సార్? మిక్స్డ్ ఉంటాయి
వస్తాయి.
ఓన్లీ సివిల్ వాళ్ళే వస్తారు అట్లా?
అలానే లేదు, కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ రిలేటెడ్ జాబ్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి, వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఉంటాయి.
అంటే మనం కంపెనీ పాలసీని మనం డిసైడ్ చేయలేమండి. ఆ కంపెనీ వాడు తీసుకుంటానంటే తీసుకుంటాడు. తీసుకోని కంపెనీస్ ఓన్లీ కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్నే తీసుకోవచ్చు. కొన్ని కంపెనీస్ వీ కెనాట్ డిక్టేట్ వాట్ హీ వాంట్స్. వాడి ఇష్టం బట్టి వాడు తీసుకుంటాడు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఇన్ అవర్ కంట్రోల్.
పబ్లిక్ సెక్టర్.
సార్ ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ కన్ఫర్మ్ అయిన తర్వాత, అంటే ఒక జోసాలో కన్ఫర్మ్ అయిన తర్వాత CSABకు మళ్ళీ ఫ్రెష్గా రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేసుకొని చేయొచ్చు. ఇది ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ అది వస్తే అది క్యాన్సిల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్?
అలా ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఐ థింక్ ఐ ఫర్గాట్ టు మెన్షన్ దిస్. మీరు సపోజ్ 10th చాయిస్ వచ్చింది, ఓకే, యూ ఆప్టెడ్ ఫర్ ఫ్లోట్. సెకండ్ రౌండ్లోనో థర్డ్ రౌండ్లోనో మీకు 8th చాయిస్ వచ్చింది. మీరు పెట్టిన చాయిస్లోనే 8th చాయిస్ వచ్చింది. ఒక్కసారి 8th చాయిస్ వచ్చిందంటే ఏంటి, మీ 10th చాయిస్ విల్ నాట్ బీ విత్ యూ. ఈ 10th చాయిస్ ఖాళీ అయ్యి 8థ్కి వెళ్తారు. ఈ 10thలోకి ఇంకొకళ్ళు ఎవరో వచ్చి కూర్చుంటారు. సో మీకు 8th చాయిస్ వచ్చినాక యూ కెనాట్ ఆస్క్ దట్ ఐ విల్ రిటైన్ 10th, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఒక్కసారి ఈ సీట్ ఖాళీ అయ్యి మీరు పైకి వెళితే ఈ సీట్ ఇంకొకళ్ళకి వచ్చి కూర్చుంటారు. సో ఒక్కసారి స్లైడ్ కానీ ఫ్లోట్ కానీ పెడితే ఆ సేమ్ సీట్ మీకు పైది వస్తే, రాకపోతే ఇది ఉంటుంది. మీ పై చాయిస్ రాకపోతే ఈ సీటు కన్ఫర్మ్డ్గా ఉంటుంది. బట్ పై చాయిస్ వస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇది పోతుంది. యూ కెనాట్ ఆస్క్ దట్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు రిటైన్. అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. సేమ్ ఇస్ ద కేస్ విత్ ఐఐటీస్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎన్ఐటీస్ అవ్వచ్చు, అక్రాస్ ఐఐటీస్ ఎన్ఐటీస్ అవ్వచ్చు.
ఇప్పుడు మనకు ఫ్రీజ్ చేస్తే
సరెండర్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుందండి. సీట్ సరెండర్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. సరెండర్ చేసి మళ్ళీ అబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి.
When you move from IITs to NITs, you have to choose. Because IITs కన్ఫర్మ్ అవుతాయి, అక్కడ కంటిన్యూ అవుతా CSABలోకి రాలేదు.
సరెండర్ చేయాలి సీట్ని.
సీట్ ఫ్రీజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత రాలేమా సార్ ఇక్కడ CSABకి?
CSABలో మీరు మళ్ళీ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అండి. కానీ ఒకవేళ CSABలో మీకు సీట్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, జోసాలో వచ్చిన సీట్ని సరెండర్ చేసి మళ్ళీ పెట్టాలి. ఓకే, సరెండర్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది సీట్స్.
నమస్తే సార్. సార్ మేము ఎంసెట్ బీటెక్ కాలేజ్ వద్దనుకొని NIT వరంగల్కి ఆప్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాం, కంప్లీట్ అనుకుంటున్నాం.
ఎంసెట్
బీటెక్ కాలేజ్ వద్దనుకొని NIT వరంగల్కే వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిసైడ్ సార్. సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఫ్యూ వర్డ్స్ చెప్పండి సార్. మెటలర్జికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ మరియు బయోటెక్నాలజీ గురించి ఒక ఫ్యూ వర్డ్స్ చెప్పండి ఒకటి. రెండవది సార్, ఈ CSE మైనర్కు కావాల్సిన స్టూడెంట్కి ఉండాల్సిన క్వాలిఫికేషన్ కానీ అతని పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ గురించి.
There is a faculty member of metallurgical department, Professor Arokya. I don't know whether you could follow Telugu.
Okay.
Could you understand?
No sir, no.
Tell him. Giri, tell him.
Just I will ask you, sir. Please tell me few words about metallurgical engineering and biotechnology in our NIT Warangal. And number second, sir, what are requirements, what are student qualifications for to get CSE minor, computers minor, which how much seats are there to select in that criteria? Third one, sir, how అన్ని కంపెనీస్కి ఒకే తీరుగా ఉంటాయా ప్లేస్మెంట్స్? అంటే ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ కోసం వచ్చే కంపెనీస్ అన్ని బ్రాంచెస్ని ఈక్వల్గా చూస్తాయా? వెదర్ ఏమన్నా కంపారిజన్లో తేడా ఉంటుంది ఆపర్చునిటీలో? అదొకటి డౌట్ క్లియర్ చేయండి సార్. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I answer about only metallurgy department, the scope for metallurgy department. And our usual strength is around 70. So in that around 15 to 20 people are getting job in core companies, in steel industries, aluminum industries, oil and gas industries, and then some aerospace industries. And so somewhere about 20-25 students are getting placed in non-core companies, means IT companies. And then some good number of students, 5 to 8 students are going for higher studies, either in India or as well as in abroad. So we have a good scope, particularly the students, if they are interested in research, means higher studies like MTech and PhD, and they have a good scope in metallurgy. So the rest of the questions about biotechnology, so I may not be able to answer.
Sir, unfortunately, some of the faculty are not here. You are open. You can walk into any department and talk to, take whatever information that you want. But the decision has to be made by you or your ward.
Sir, CSC minor degree, how many seats? What are requirements?
For every minor program, the maximum number is 90. So suppose this starts from fifth semester. So by the time you complete 2 years, out of about 10-50 students, if you are there in the top 90, you may be getting that. I'm not saying all 90 would like to do. That's a different story. So you can make sure that you will be able to get into computer science minor degree if you are there in the top 90 among 1100 students. Top 10% roughly.
Thank you,
sir. Namaste, sir. సార్ అల్టిమేట్గా ఒక పేరెంట్కి ఉన్నాయి జనరల్గా ఏముంటాయి అంటే ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్తో పాటు ఒక మంచి ప్యాకేజింగ్ కూడా అవసరమే ఉంటుంది సార్. ఒక స్టూడెంట్కి అల్టిమేట్గా ఒక కంఫర్టబుల్ ప్యాకేజీ ఉండాలి అంటే వెదర్ వాట్ ఇట్ మే బి ద బ్రాంచ్, ఎస్సీ కానివ్వండి, డబుల్ ఈ కానివ్వండి, ఒక స్టూడెంట్కి మినిమంగా ఉండే ప్రీ రిక్వైజైట్స్ కానీ వాటికి కావాల్సిన మినిమం థింగ్స్ ఏంటి కొంచెం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే. అల్టిమేట్ ప్యాకేజెస్ సార్, ప్యాకేజ్ కోసం, so that student from now onwards they can direct in that position లోకి వెళ్తాడు. అంటే వెదర్ ఈ వాంట్ అకాడమికల్గా ఎలా ఉండాలి, అదర్ స్కిల్స్లో ఎలా ఉండాలి, అకాడమిక్స్ మోర్ దాన్ 7.5 ఉండాలా, అలాంటి కొన్ని చిన్న విషయాలు సార్ ప్లీజ్.
అఫ్ కోర్స్ నేను చెప్పగలిగితే మా NIT వరంగల్ గురించి చెప్పగలను, మిగతా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్ గురించి మాకు తెలియదు.
మీరు NIT వరంగల్లో ఉన్నాయి,
మీరు మమ్మల్ని కూడా అడగవసరం లేదు సార్. ఆల్ దిస్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఆన్ అవర్ వెబ్సైట్. యూ కెన్ గో త్రూ. లాస్ట్ 3 years స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఈ ఇయర్ స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ ఉంటుంది, ఎటువంటి జాబ్స్ ఏంటి, యావరేజ్ అలాంగ్ ప్రతి డిపార్ట్మెంట్కి వాట్ ఈస్ ద యావరేజ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్సంటేజ్ ప్లేస్మెంట్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద హైయెస్ట్ శాలరీ, ఇవన్నీ
ఆస్కింగ్ అబౌట్ ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆ రిలేటెడ్ గా సార్. ఒక స్టూడెంట్కి పర్సంటేజ్ ఎంత ఉండాలి, CGPA 7.5 ఉండాలా, above 7 ఉండాలా?
అది మేము చెప్పలేమండి, ఎందుకంటే కంపెనీని బట్టి ఉంటుంది. కొన్ని కంపెనీలు 7.5
జనరల్లీ వాట్ యు అబ్జర్వ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద పాస్ట్ 4 or 5 years.
మినిమం 6.5 is general requirement.
Okay.
6.5 is at least first class.
Okay. అండ్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఇప్పుడు వాడికి బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్గా అడిషనల్ ఎఫర్ట్గా CSC రిలేటెడ్గా ఏమైనా ప్యాకేజెస్ కానీ, CSC రిలేటెడ్గా ఏమైనా సర్టిఫికేట్ కోర్స్ కానీ అవసరం ఉంటాయా సార్?
దట్ ఇండివిజువల్ సొసైటీస్, ఈచ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ సొసైటీస్ విల్ కండక్ట్ దిస్ కోర్సెస్ అనమాట. స్టూడెంట్ సీనియర్స్ అన్ని రన్ చేస్తుంటారు ఇలాంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని. వాళ్ళ జూనియర్స్కి ఎలాంటి లైక్ జాబ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కోసం, ఎలాంటి ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కోసం ఏం ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి, ఏమిటి అనేది ఈచ్ డిపార్ట్మెంటల్ సొసైటీ విల్ రన్ అనమాట. సో అలాంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని ఈచ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ సొసైటీ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ దట్. సో డోంట్ నీడ్ టు వరీ అబౌట్ దట్.
సార్ నేను ఒక్క విషయం చెప్తానండి. కోవిడ్ ముందు, కోవిడ్ తర్వాత చాలా చేంజ్ వచ్చింది. స్టూడెంట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే హీ కెన్ డూ ఎనీ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ కోర్సెస్ త్రూ ఆన్లైన్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్. దెర్ ఆర్ వెరీ మెనీ ప్రెస్టీజియస్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్.
లాట్ ఆఫ్ రిసోర్సెస్ ఆర్ అవైలబుల్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. అండ్ యు నో రీసెంట్గా ఇప్పుడు NEP అని నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ, దాని క్రింద మీరు కోర్సు చేస్తే దట్ విల్ బి క్రెడిటెడ్ ఇన్ సమ్ ఫార్మ్ ఆర్ అదర్. దట్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ బి అన్ అడ్వాంటేజ్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు కొంతమంది అడుగుతున్నారు మెటలర్జీ వాళ్ళకి కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ జాబ్స్ వస్తాయా అని. యూ కెన్ ప్రూవ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ బై డూయింగ్ గుడ్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ కోర్సెస్ ఇన్ దట్ బ్రాంచ్ ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ సేయింగ్ ఎవ్రీబడి నీడ్ టు డూ ఇట్. సో ప్రూవ్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ దట్ యు ఆర్ బెటర్ దాన్ సమ్ అదర్. As simple as this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for organizing such kind of a nice program, sir. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello. Yeah, sir. My son has completed all his education from KG to 12 in Saudi. Okay. We did not talk anything about JOSAA here. Okay. Just a confusion is that do we need to make registration in JOSAA, or we have to wait until DASA to become DASA to be registration starts?
The JOSAA, I think you have OCA, is there no? OCA candidate registration process.
Sir, you are also eligible for taking admission into IITs under some category. If you are going to get that seat, apply for JOSAA. If you are only looking for NITs under DASA scheme is not applicable for IITs. So if you are looking for DASA scheme, it is applicable for NITs and some IIITs and other institutes.
Yeah, we are looking only for NITs.
What is that?
Then you have to go for DASA.
Then
you have to wait till
DASA and CSAB.
CSAB.
CSAB only. Now separately there is no DASA. In the CSAB round only you have to apply.
So there is no separate DASA?
It is now included in the CSAB.
Earlier, it was conducted separately, organized separately by a particular coordinating institute, separately out of CSAB or JOSAA. Suppose last year, DASA admissions are done by NIT Roorkela. So you would have to apply to them, they will go through. But this year, it was made common along with the regular process. So you need to participate, register in CSAB. DASA seats cannot be given to anybody. Okay, there are some category of students.
OCI.
DASA plus vacant seats in NITs will be filled up by CSAB.
So the vacant seats in
DASA you will have quota na? At that along with that quota you can apply based on your preferences.
So we are eligible for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
But there are two categories under DASA, CIWG and non-CIWG. So based on your merit, you may be getting in any one of those categories.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Even there is another opportunity. If you won't get in DASA, there is another thing like study in India mode.
That is also there.
There are few seats in study in India mode. Study in India.
SII.
SII. It will be already on. It is. You can just log into the portal and select any institute if you want to wish to. You can apply to the institute, any institute if your interest. And the thing is, like, once again, selection is based on your JEE rank and all these things. So whoever may be applying for the study in India mode with respect to NIT Warangal for computer science branch, we try to see who is having the good JEE rank and will be given the seat. That once again, the fee structure is different for that purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Earlier it was, there was one used to catch hold of the DASA seat and wants to apply for the CSAB, and there is so much of problem actually. That's fine.
Ravi.
Online.
So can I ask my question?
Yes, please.
So if possible, can you say the reason behind bringing the concept of
of doing a minor degree in any branch?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we have removed. Earlier, this option was not there.
Okay.
Still, some institutes follow. It's up to them. Our Senate has decided that way.
Good morning, sir. Are there Northeastern NITs are safe for studying girls in any branch?
Sir, we are not like encyclopedia. We cannot remember anything. Sir, please, most of the institutes have most of the information kept on their websites. Please follow those websites.
Girls are safe and security purpose.
No.
Safe and security.
कलवंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Babu.
Tea and some snacks have been arranged out.